Hey, what's up? I'm Rashad.
And I'm Kesha.
Hang with the Joneses on the Upon Further Review channel. This is episode 78.
I remember.
And good. Today, man, it's about that time. And
What time is that?
it's in school. So
Going back to school.
school's starting back up. Figure we talk about some back to school stuff and maybe talk about some, embarrassing school memories. All right, so it is that time of year where,
We just
what?
your voice went down.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, man. Well, this
once
is
upon a time.
it'll be story time a little bit later. But no, like I know for you, this is a rough time for you because nobody's gonna be in the house anymore.
See, he threw me out there. Like, it's gonna be a rough time for you.
Yes.
Threw me out there. Okay, so what you talking about? Sometimes I do have a hard time when it's time for them to go back to school because no longer hitting the hearing the feet in the house, people walking around, the voices, or it's just me in the house, me and my ace, me and my dog.
Which is just gonna be in the crate the whole time.
And then it's just I kind of miss. I like when it's the end of the year and everyone's coming back home and everyone's there. I do like it. It's hard for me. And then also with the transition back to school, it's me transitioning too of taking them to school, doing homework, picking up, doing school activities, doing extracurricular activities. It's like I'm starting to get even more busier when it's time to go to school. And then also the reason it's also was hard, it's better now because when school time come, it's indicating that fall and winter is about to come, which means that it's getting darker earlier for me. So that I had a problem with SAD, seasonal affective disorder, when with the darker months, I felt sadder. And then I feel like I come up more alive in spring and summertime, but that's been quite some years I had those feelings.
Yep. You were definitely sad. And couldn't do anything about it. Like, all right, yo.
Well, how's it sad? Because it's 2:00 and look like midnight.
Nah,
That's
man,
why I said.
For me, I never really had an issue with that. And didn't really give it even any credence until, you, to be honest. I've never even heard of that. Like, it don't even make sense to me. Like, why y'all making up stuff? But it's definitely a real thing. I don't want to discredit anybody's illness or disorder. But yeah, so like for me, man, going back to school time is, as of right now, me going back to work time. And it's been a very long yet short summer break. I didn't do summer school. So, I just been trying to do other things and seek other opportunities. And going back to school is going to be a transition. I don't think people understand just how difficult it can be just transitioning back. I'm not even talking about like teaching or being in a building, just small stuff like, trying to use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Or even your body clock having to reset because I'm very routine based and now I had to, on a dime, for all intents and purposes, switch and retrain my whole schedule. And that takes a couple of weeks to get into a decent groove. And now this year we're doing 4x4, which is like, 4 blocks a day, every day for one semester at a time. So I got to kind of go back to how I used to do school. And now I got to do it with the same kids, which is better because we can have more of a flow. We can build rapport quicker and they'll get used to, and they'll have a routine instead of having to go to even odd classes every other day. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's going to be a lot of newness and having to deal with some new stuff. So that's like the main thing for me.
And some who may not know, he's a teacher. So that's who say he's going back to school and having to change like when you use the bathroom. Or that's why he's not just a parent; he's a teacher. And that's something that's really hard. You being a teacher and having children in the same school system. It's not as easy as I thought initially when you first had. I thought it would because I thought, oh well, they're all in the same school district, so when he get off, they off, or you all would be around the same schedule, and it's not. It's actually a little bit more difficult because when they off, he's not off. And I'm not in the school system, so I'm working all year round. There's no breaks for me. And that means, certain things like, oh, they have a half a day or they're not in school. He can't pick them up either because he's still at work. And you'd think that just, y'all in the same school district,
Nah.
Mm-mm. So then it goes, okay, who can pick him up?
Yeah. And the ironic thing is, like, even like last year, we had less days off. Mm-hmm. And I think we had no half days. So
as a teacher.
Yeah. I don't think we had no half days. Even the kids had a half a day. So it was a lot of being in the building and having to figure out who's going to pick up who, how we going to do this, how we going to figure this out, especially like somebody is sick. Like, all right, so who's going to take off work to do this?
Be like rock, paper, scissors, shit.
Yeah, like, I ain't got no more time off. Like, I'm going to need you to do it. So it's all like, hey, I need to save up some more time. Because, so there's always like a, it's like a real give and take to see how we're going to manage things. And it can be really rough sometimes.
And even parents and teachers conference is difficult because if there's parents teaching conference, a lot of times he has parents and teacher conference, so he can't go to his children's parents and teacher conference because he has his own to do. So even trying to arrange that, and some of it is just like we're going to email teachers because I can't be at 2 places or before 3 places. I couldn't be there, so it was kind of like, all right, where's the trouble spot? I speak to this teacher every day. I'll let them know I'm not coming here, but email me if you have any questions. But it could be difficult. That's one thing I said too, coming, living in Virginia and not having really family here. It could be difficult when you're trying to rear a family, especially back to school. You know what used to make me cry every year going back to school? When you had to sign the little emergency sheet, and they was like, who can you designate to pick them up in the case of emergency? I'm like, no one. I used to cry every year, but I haven't in a while. But I used to cry because
you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I did, because it was like we don't have anybody who pick it up, dad or mom. That's the emergency.
Yeah, ain't no emergency but us.
It wasn't no one else that could pick them up. Like they can't live within 30 minutes away from the school or where they are. So we don't have nobody.
Like, what you mean? Like it's I don't know nobody be picking my kids up.
Right.
It was definitely rough early on, but now we can actually, we got people that can actually do that for us. All right, yo. So transitioning into story time.
Get my popcorn.
Nah, man. Like and feel free to comment your horrible school story too. What was your worst school? Matter of fact, better question. What was your worst year of school?
As a parent, or
no.
My worst year of school.
As a person, not as a parent.
I might say I can't remember if that was sophomore or junior year, when at that time a friend, a schoolmate, got shot in front of us. That was rough. Like we were all walking up, to the. I'm from New York. We was all walking up the block together. He's like, he was like, I stay right here. We was like, I'm going to the store. We'll come right back. And he got shot in front of us. We was kind of like froze. Like, oh my gosh. School bus came. The bus driver, we called 911 because I knew, they have a dispatch system. Call 911. He was like, "Are y'all joking?" He's on the floor convulsing at this time, and he's like, "Are y'all joking?" I'm like, "Look, are you really serious?" And he wouldn't call. He thought we was joking. At that time, trauma. We were scared. I was like, anyone got a call to call 911? There was no cell phones back then. But a payphone, you didn't need a quarter to call 911. You just dialed 911. All of us were sitting there like, who has a quarter? Who has a quarter? It took us a while to figure out you don't need to. The bus driver never called 911. And I think that was about the worst school year. I think that was like towards the end of the school year that happened too. It was like,
Sorry.
Yeah, right in front. And the fact that we was walking together, it was only a matter of like, he was like, I'll be right back. And we just went to the store and we was coming back for us to walk together. When we came back, it would happen. It's like, oh man, and maybe I was literally scared to come back to school because I'm not sure if they ever caught the person. I'm not sure what happened after that. But I was scared to go back to school because if I saw the person, he saw us.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I should have went first.
Growing up in Harlem, I mean, that person lived. The friend lived.
I don't even want to go anymore. That's.
Sad. That was it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was the end of '78.
Yeah, man. My worst story was never that bad. It just was about me growing up.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, yo. 6th grade, yo. 6th grade sucks. Because, like, down here, I'm not sure you got New York, like, we was, like, 5th and 6th grade, like, elementary to middle. So, new to middle school, and even though where we live was small, everybody from everywhere is converging on the same middle school. Mm-hmm. So, we got, like, people from other towns and stuff, like, where y'all from? I'm like, what does it matter? Like, they was really mad at us. Like, they was, like, really wanting to fight because we was from C.S. Brown. I'm like, dog, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I did not understand what the beef was, but they was really mad at us for no reason. Secondly, just puberty sucks. That first year puberty hit me so hard, yo.
Your voice dropped?
Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was musty, big musty, did not understand what was going on. Yo, like, I'm like, is this me? Oh my God. Like, that happened. You ever had wind chapped lips? No.
I could probably not.
My lips were so chapped. Them joints was cracking and bleeding. I was confused because this never happened to me. I'm like, oh, my lip bleeding? I was scraping off pieces of hard lip skin.
I know that it was hard to smile because it's the crack.
Yes, man. Like, it was the absolute worst. Me and my friend, we started an argument. I don't even know why. We was not cool for the rest of the school year. It was still cold outside, and we wasn't cool. And we had to sit beside each other on the school bus every day because everybody had basically your seat was your seat. Mm-hmm. That was so rough.
That is so different because even him saying like get on the school bus, there was no school bus.
Yeah,
the bus you took was the regular bus.
Yeah, and your story would sound like you had a school bus though.
Not school. No, when I said we got on the bus, it was the city bus.
There you go.
We didn't have. There are school buses, but it was more with children with special needs. Yeah. So the regular there was no. You got to school by bus, train. Flew, boat, or walk. A lot of times I did walk to school.
But yeah, back to my story. So
chap list.
My list was super chap, yo. And I was like really short. Like I was like maybe like 5'1", 2. Like I don't even think I weighed 100 pounds yet. Like I was small in 6th grade. And it was horrible, yo. Like, it really sucked really bad.
So when did it get bad? When you graduated from college?
When did it get better?
With your master's? When did it get better?
Off me. All right, yo, man. We had a good show. I hope y'all maybe back next week or not. I'm not really sure. But nah, yo. 7th grade was better. You know what I'm saying? 7th grade was better. But 6th grade, man, 6th grade really sucks. Yeah. What was your most fun year?
My most fun year? Ooh. It's maybe junior, senior year in high school. I want to say junior, senior. Senior year, you're excited that I was about to leave, and I knew I was coming to Virginia, and I didn't have many classes. So a lot of my time was like idle time. Yeah. I didn't really have many classes, just doing senior activities, and I think maybe my senior year might have been the best. And then even I think in college, my freshman year I think was my favorite year. In freshman year, I went to Norfolk State. Rashad and I met at Norfolk State. For some who may not have known, he was a year older than me. Not a year older than me. He's 2 years older than me, but
I am not 2 years older than you, yo.
He was a year ahead of me. So I was a freshman. Norfolk State. He was on his second year.
Duh. How was you gonna explain that?
Because I want to make sure we emphasize that you about 2-3 years older. God. I partied so much my first year. Like, I was 17-year-old, first time really away from home. And then being in Virginia, like it's nobody around. So what I found out that my whole block came to Norfolk State. I thought it was just me. It wasn't. But it was so much fun. And then first time I go back, mother called the police on me and did a missing person report because I was partying so hard I wouldn't call home. So imagine, your 17-year-old go away from the first time and then you don't hear from her no more. I get a knock on the door. They like, hey, Kesha, call your mom. She filed a missing person report on you. I'm like, yo. I'm a freshman in college. You got a missing person. After handing that away, once again, there was no cell phone. But then, like, my grades, and since I was 17, my grades also went to my mother. And I failed horribly that year. I don't know if my GPA was a 1 point something. Like, I failed so bad. And that shook me up because, don't judge me, I didn't realize you could fail in college. I don't know what I thought. I didn't think I could fail. So I got those grades. I was like, I can fail? Like, what's going on?
You thought because you paid, you was going to pass on the medical?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, how can I fail college? I paid for this. It's my education.
Yeah.
I'll pay for that.
I do with this as I please, right?
And that, I was like, my mother was like, Kesha, if you don't get these grades up, you coming back home. And then the next semester, my first year was the worst year. The same thing, because I got so sick the second year because, this is the time where now, spring coming in and the trees are blooming. And I didn't realize I had so many allergies because I'm from Harlem. We didn't have all these trees. I used to walk outside and come back in, my eyes were shut. Like, what happened? I remember you told me you saw me at the Spartan Clinic and I was bent over like, ugh. I caught food poisoning. I caught the flu. Like, everything you can think about. The allergy so bad. Like, I would take my allergy pills. Let's say the night before, 7 o'clock. Wouldn't wake up till like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, yo, I missed all my classes. Like, I had allergies. My allergies wasn't bad till I came down here. Like, I had hives in places in my body that I didn't know you can get. I was literally bleeding through my pores because my allergies are so bad. I was like, I'm going home. 3 years later, I stayed. I wouldn't have met. Did I meet you? Yeah, I met you my first freshman year, but we wasn't dating. He's my friend.
You're just cool. Mm-hmm. I'm about to say, yeah, like from. College was just fun altogether. My freshman year was fun. I would have to say my junior year was real fun. 2001
was the best year, or
yes, by far.
That's when you met me. That's when we started dating. It was your junior year. That's probably why it's so fun. Just say, go ahead.
When I think about my junior year, I mean, like, other than 9/11, 01 was real fun.
Oh, 9/11 was whew.
Yeah, that was crazy, yo. But like 01, like we had the crazy year in the band. Oh, that was such a good year. You can look it up. It's documented. What else? That was fun. Started dating you like the end of the year, like around like
October,
November-ish. Yeah, October time we started talking for real. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was definitely like something I was not even fully aware of what this was going to be But that ended up being pretty cool too.
What's being pretty cool?
Us.
Oh, I want you to say. I heard you. I want you to say it
Gosh,
loud.
yo. Don't do that.
Say it loud.
About to end this short again. Yeah, but nah, yo, like that. I was 01 was real fun, yo. Like I had a 01, 02. Yeah, that school year. Junior year was cool.
I don't think senior year was fun.
Nah, I ain't really had no real senior year.
You did.
Like I just kind of like languished for a few years because I was basically done. I just had like 2 classes to take, and I didn't want to take them.
Yeah, and he didn't go to graduation. I went to mine, so it ended up where I graduated before he did. And senior year was real because then we were married and pregnant, and it was no longer fun. It was like, okay, the real world's about to happen, and for real, really for us, because we had a child coming on the way. So trying to managing that, struggling to get to class because of morning sickness, and and by that time we moved off campus, to the hood. We thought it was good, but
it was not.
It was the hood. We should have known when rent is $400 that something's wrong.
Oh man, so cheap. But nah, yo, like school was this time of the year is always it's real bittersweet for me because like
same.
I love the fall, you know what I'm saying? I actually like the change of the seasons as a thing. Like I love it. I love fall foliage. I appreciate the scent of cinnamon, you know what I'm saying, and pumpkin. Like I like all that stuff. But knowing that, but I don't like cold. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of I don't mind it, but I don't like it.
And it was fun because we went to look at some scents. He was like, I'm not ready for pumpkin, which it surprised me because he's always ready for pumpkin season.
Yo,
like he's always
I'm ready. I love a fall scent. Give me some cashmere. You know what I'm saying? Like and you know, apple pie spice. Like yo.
I was really surprised when he was like, I'm not ready for the pumpkin scents.
I'm not ready. I don't want no 50 degree nights and 80 degree days yet. I'm not ready for it.
And it's weird to say you don't like the coat because he doesn't wear a coat. Like if I see Rashad put on a coat, I'm going outside like with long johns, a hat, gloves, like 5 or 6 shirts. Because he does not wear a coat. So if he has on a little jacket, I know it's like 2 degrees outside. Rashad will wear a hat and a scarf, and that's like his whole winter.
Jacket's overrated. Like I hate a jacket. It be so layered up. And especially down here, like I'm not walking to anywhere. I'm from house, car to building. I'm never outside more than 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm not wearing
I don't like the cold.
Not wearing no heavy jacket for no reason.
But even let's go back this year, how I kind of got over SAD or getting through SAD, seasonal affective disorder. I recognize the light more than day. I recognize the light more than night. So I started paying attention more like it's light outside. Yeah,
not even that, but I feel like you don't even really have no real issues with it no more. I feel sometimes it can kind of it may want to creep up, but you have a good way of like actually having better self-talk.
Yeah, because August, September was my trigger month because that's when school start. Like even now, you see people like 100-something or 20-something days for Christmas, and I'm like, whoa, I'm not there yet. Yeah, I'm not there yet. But then even realize like time don't go back until December, so technically you have more months in daylight than you do in the nighttime.
November, not December.
No, November, yeah, but the winter solstice. Yeah. So that's when it really gets dark. So I only have to endure it a month.
Yeah, for real, not even that, man. Mm-hmm. Like because especially like last year,
it was light. It was nice.
You forgot.
Yeah.
You really forgot about it. You wasn't even thinking about it until like I don't know, maybe like January. It was like, yo, it's almost spring. Like winter, and on the real. We haven't had a real winter in that like 3-4 years.
But that's the weird part. I don't mind the snow days because I like that you're at home. I don't mind the snow days. So even if with the snow, that doesn't bother me. And I love when it snows and they close school and be outside playing in the snow. I do like that aspect of it. I just don't like also the darkness. But I think what also helped me get through that is having goals. Because at that time, the goal was to plan for the wedding. So a lot, I didn't focus on. Not, I'm focused on more of. I have 30 days to achieve my goal. I have 40 days to achieve my goal. I have to, I focus more on achieving my goals than how it was dark outside.
Yeah. Well, so looks like you need a new goal.
Oh, I have a lot of goals. We may talk about that next week about goals, setting goals.
That's cool. Yeah.
We don't usually wait to like New Year's. Like when we accomplish a goal, it's like cross that off. What's the new one?
Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, I think it's a good stopping point. Mm-hmm. If you have a great, non-murderous attempted murder story about going back to school or your favorite school, your worst school year, definitely comment below. Me and Antonio will be back on Wednesday with Ahsoka episode 3. I just want to thank y'all. Y'all been popping on IG last few days, man. We appreciate that. Popping? No, please, no, stop, little mama. We really appreciate that. Make sure you stay subscribed on YouTube and catch us. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, thank you. Always can go to YouTube to watch us actually say this and look at our amazing faces.
And if you do have any stories about back to school, like I did about a friend getting shot.
Yeah, no murder.
Comment on. I want to hear it.
I don't.
Comment.
Keisha's not even going to read it or comment on it. You're not.
That's what my outpatient counseling service for. TL Consultants LLC. Comment up there.
Did you say TR or TL?
TR Consultants LLC. I know my name. Comment. Comment.
All right. That's it. Till next time.